of laxity around most of you, or say 50% of you, are literally lagging behind in the proposal writing process. Despite having gone through teaching the whole year, you've learned research the whole year. Would have expected that by this time, people are supposed to have just been submitting a ready document. But it looks like most of you have really tried to go a little bit slow on writing the progress. Yet, this program is one, scholarship to discounted, meaning you can't go at a certain period of time. Two is that we are so many and we have to graduate all of you. You cannot lag behind. Cohort 1 has only, I think, 4 people or so who had very special cases that were very personal, that we know that would have affected their completion of the process. But you are usually, in the system, you're about 88, with about 6 or 7 people who lag around registration. So let me put at 90. And then, of course, the School of Nursing has about 7, so 12. So usually about 1 or 8, all of us. So you're about 92 and they're about 10 thereabout. So meaning that that we need all you all need to be able to graduate. Look, Cohort 1 worked as a team and they graduated. And I was just on a group like theirs every day trying to put them. Of course, we did defend in October, and then we had a small group defending in January. But as things look like that, we might have all the defenses in January, the second week, because there's about 50% of you who are yet to complete their proposal writing. Unfortunately, after 19th, nobody's going to review your work. So my intent was to have all of you load your work the whole of this month. That you chapter 1, chapter 2. Then the first or the second week of defense, I'll schedule 5 panels that are going to ensure that within 2 days we've completed the defenses. And then now that was the timeline. After the defenses, would ask all of you to pay the expedited fee for ISAC, which is usually 5,000, so that now all of you are by February going to collect data. By April, we would have wished all of you to do your final defense, and that's exactly what we are expecting. Why? Because we have changed how graduation is going to look like this year. That all the final defenses must be done by people by August. But we don't want you to go through the process other people have gone through of a tedious process of clearance. We want by April, we have our final defenses happening, latest May. That is our final defenses happening. So that now all of you can be able to be assured that you're graduating. Then now you can start doing your corrections, because if you have major corrections, you need 3 months. If you have minor corrections, you need 1 month. Meaning that if assuming that everybody has major corrections, then that is why we must defend by May, including PhD in math. We've already told them. So I want you to take your personal responsibility. Those on this call and those who are not on this call, know that this is an investment that you've done in. We cannot close school 19th and you've not loaded your document. Your document must be loaded so that I can give supervisors the end of this. During this holiday, I'll send them the documents so that they can start, not supervisors, examiners, so that they can start examining your documents to allow me defend you. The other cohort, they never went beyond the second week of January. All of them defended the second week of January. The last group, we had 2 groups. So we had the first group that was very quick, defended in October. The second group defended in January. Now, there is no way we can move beyond January. We must defend in January. But you cannot defend January if you've not loaded this month. We have to load this month so that we give our lecturers 2 weeks, 10 working days to read your work. Now we are into the season of Christmas, meaning that we want to load them with the work so that they go home with the work, so that they can be able to start looking through. Some of you have never given even a single chapter to your supervisor. I don't even know why you've not given a single chapter to your supervisor, and you're just there. All this, unless a supervisor is a very difficult one. But yes, I have my own. But some of these documents were so bad that one document can take me sometimes just 2 days going through and wondering. Sometimes just get discouraged if a document is not in the good form, because you're just wondering now, if I spend a whole night on this document, shaping it, and some of us have the habits of shaping, helping them shape the documents. So all we want is put in your effort. Don't just go and dump your work. The topic you have chosen is what you like. There's nobody who has forced you to choose that topic. You chose that topic because it's a passion and it's what you're going to write. We already have a template. Use that template. Don't send me scattered chapters. How do I read? I can't read. Don't send me chapters that you've just copied. You didn't even look through. You just copied somewhere and pasted. There are now others who have already done. Some of my students, I give them even a template of a colleague who, in cohort one, and say, look, this cohort one work. Look at how the flow is. Can you use that template? Even as much as I give, some of you, for like the ones in my group, nobody uses. Some of them don't use them. They'll still come with their own template. I've kept insisting, this is the only investment that is your investment. This is your investment. There is nothing that there's nothing more that you can ever do to yourself other than educating. The house, someone will live in it. God forbid, if you were to die today, that house will be sold. That house will be somebody. But when you die, even when you die with the knowledge. This is an investment that you cannot, this is an investment that is in you and yourself. So this investment is investment that you must give time. You must give everything. You today, if you are to don't fit in a piece of cloth, you'll give it. If you don't fit in a bed, you'll give it. If you want to change a room today, you are renting a house, you move to another room, but there's something that will always internally live with you, the education that you left. The only way you give is impacting, but it is a substance that I cannot remove from me. I can remove this shirt today, give it to someone. I can remove these earrings today, give them to someone. I can get this phone handset here, the nicest. I can buy an iPhone, Pro Max, whatever, give it. But there's something that somebody will never take away from you, education. So this is a very important investment. Cohort 3 is coming up so strongly, so strongly. In fact, that cohort is moving with a lightning speed. Like now, folks are already writing their chapter 1 finishing. We're moving, and this is the first semester. So cohort 2, you are such a united cohort. You came in so strongly. Would like you to retain this energy that you've had from the word go. We want you to ensure that everybody, my intent is to graduate all of you. No one is remaining behind. I came all the way from US for cohort 1 graduation. I would still have I still had my leave days to take and tell this, I don't want to come. I can take my leave. I haven't taken my leave days. But there's something that had to push me to celebrate the investments people have done themselves. The joy of graduating and getting this document delivered on my table, I don't know if you can see it, if I remove, let me remove my so that you can see, adjust background, may say none. Now, the joy of having these documents delivered on my table as a thesis, I have so many here. I'm just giving an example. This black book is such a joy. It's such a joy. The joy of just seeing, my signatures on this document is such a joy. And all these documents here. Please don't sleep. A proposal can be written in 1 week. Full proposal. And when I mean 1 week, I'm not asking you to sit from morning to evening. I'm asking you to dedicate 3 hours a day or 2 hours a day. You will have your full proposal. Very, very good. It is just, how many of us today, if I ask you, are there hours from morning to right now that you can tell people you've actually, there's little you achieved. Even me today, I went to the drive, I think I went to NTCA, I wanted my digital driving license. But in between, a friend came, knocked on my door. were not expecting in this office. I came, I spent some 2 hours, 3 hours that I can't account for. I can only account for that relationship or friendship, But at night, surely, when you're doing something like this, I'm saying just 1 week, if you give yourself 3 hours a night or 2 hours a night, nobody takes you a night unless it's your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your child. Those are the only people who take sometimes, and the child means a small baby. But you can't have all these things every day. Even if you're married. Yeah. So waking up at 3. Is it too much for you? When I was in the US, I can tell you, I have run, and this one I can swear before God, I have gone at some time, I've gone over 48 hours without a single sleep. Cohort 1 and teaching and learning. I used to run like the defense, the whole of defense, the 2 days, the final defense. I never slept. I sat from morning to another morning in the same place. I cooked for my family during the day again. I started the whole night. I sat 48 hours without a single close of my eyes. The only thing I did was take Nescafe, take it, and that's what I used to take. And that is the commitment some of us give to you so that we can be able to support you. This is me. I didn't want to see all of you graduate. And to be honest, I am willing to sit. I'm willing to sit another 96 hours just to see you do that. And it's the reason I had to come all the way, to celebrate the students, the graduates. So if me, I'm giving, like now, I know some of you are saying, you've not given our work. Believe me in it, I have also another class of 20 PhD students. Their work is also just all over. I'm trying to make it right. If you see my desktop, it has so many Susan, Tare, Nani, Jerry, Kilamtu, because I'm clearing and saying, let me finish with this one first. So my point is, we can do better. This is the only investment that I said. Even when, sorry to be using this, even when we rest, people remove our clothes. Nobody can remove your education. I mean, it will die with you. It is buried with you. So this is the investment that you can make for yourself. Leave alone the clothes, leave alone everything. Surely, I want this week, we must tell ourselves we have timelines. That today, by next week, Monday, I am done the proposal. If you're on this forum and you've not done your proposal, don't sleep. Utalala, you'll sleep. And sometimes the VC says, even when we rest, we will sleep forever and we'll never wake up. You'll be sleeping too much forever. I'm a psychologist. I advocate for rest, but it doesn't mean that if I don't rest for the next 2-3 days, I'll die. I'll die. Yes, sleep itakuwa binguni. So it doesn't mean that. No. So it is such a sad situation that some of us are just, I've done paid school fees from semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, and then tumefika hapa, we are all unable. You can't be that. And I can tell you the amount of time you're wasting, sijui TikTok, some of us, or sijui what, at night, the amount of time. Me, when I go in my house, by the way, this is interesting about me. A lot of times, I don't go to any other room. It is straight in my bedroom. I have a study room, and I have a small table in my bedroom. It is in the corner there. I have a seat there, comfortable, nice chair, just like this one. A lot of time, she has come to knock on my door, my lady who works for me. Are you having dinner? I say, sorry, thank you. I just need some water, and that is it. She'll tell you, I can go a whole month. I have never stepped in the kitchen. I have never stepped in the living room. I am between a study room and a bedroom. Because a bedroom is where I want to rest. Study room is where I want to do my studies. And when I don't want to do the study room, I sit there. I can just go without there because I value education. So I want to ask anybody who is here, if you're on this call and you've not done your proposal, please sit. Cohort 1. In fact, I knew you're a stronger cohort than cohort 1. I knew you're a stronger cohort. Having that cohort 1 has been able to move with you, you know how it has been going. And then some of us, we just missed out on our exams. We didn't do, like almost 6, 7 people here. And it's always good to communicate. We don't communicate on time. Some of us communicate the wrong people. Like I know I was telling today, I told someone, Moses will upload for you. That should be Joseph in Uzbekistan. So Joseph was asking Moses register. No, Moses doesn't register. TMS, like now, I on Friday, just Moses has to come to you to help you know how to go through the TMS process. So that now you know how to upload and form. I'm going to fill you a pre-filled form for the TMS, although some people have already filled, which is good. I'm going to pre-sign a fill for you. You only need to finish whatever you need to do, and then your second supervisor signs for you, and you upload. Some of your documents I'm taking first to the cohort supervisor. So I'm also now, after you're finished, I also take your documents to the cohort supervisor. And that's why I need to see your document, because the cohort supervisor has to see your document as well and ratify it. So I just want to encourage you that we have just January and we are done. The field work is not your work. The field work you'll give your research assistant. They can go and help you collect data. Then you can get a data analyst. Then you can get an editor who edits your work. And usually we have Magdalene and others supporting the editorial team on your agreements. Some of the things that also delay. I think for cohort 1, we had a delay around some people, maybe 2 or 3 had Turnitin issues because you're not supposed to exceed 18%. So, VC has given this class so much teaching you research the whole year, and I think you should be better. As I keep saying, every cohort, I expect to be better because there's always another cohort to learn from. If you have a friend in cohort 1 and you really feel, no, I need something for them, go for them. These people have gone through the whole whatever. They have gone through and they understand. They have refused to leave the group because they're waiting for the PhD program. And when they graduated, they were so happy. It was such a celebration. But I can tell you, I know they said, oh, she used to send, no more threats, no more, or if you're sleeping and I'm not sleeping. That's what I used to tell them. I would write at 3 a.m. I say, I hope you're not sleeping and you've not submitted your document. I'm not sleeping, it's 3 a.m. So I hope nobody's not sleeping, yet they're the ones having the document. Because me, I'm awake to wake you up so that you can work. You are very good supervisors. Some of your supervisors usually share with me. I know Dr. Wandera, I know Dr. Kegode, I know Dr. Sitati. Maybe the ones that are new, there are only 2 new on the list. I think Dr. Soita and maybe Dr. Kara Mwenda, she's a medic, but she's also a PhD holder. Those are new, but of course, their students are doing very well. So I have a list of 75 students who are progressing very well, but I have a list of about 20 students who are not doing very well. These 20 students probably are the ones who are missing on call now. But I'm also happy about those who come here. Felipe helps you physically. I've seen some of you coming here so that Felipe can help you. Of course, the reason we are now trying to say maybe we should defend in January and all of us have actually loaded so that I have all of you working at the same time. So I'll send you a template of the proposal defense, which you need to, what you need to do. I'll send you a pre-signed TMS loading, which the second supervisor must sign as well. But one thing is your commitment. Your commitment to this document, as I've said and I'm saying, this is the investment that you'll go with. And it's the only one that you in this earth. I don't know if in heaven people share their learning experience, because that one you'll go with it. Because in heaven, I think there'll be new clothes or there'll be no clothes. I don't know what we shall be. But you can tell people, they say people will be doing their gifts. If you're a singer, you'll be singing. If you're a teacher, you'll be teaching. Why? Because that is the only investment that you go with in heaven. I mean, I'm not saying that's what is there, but I'm just saying we are told in heaven every gift will be now exemplified. The singers will be there, the teachers will be there, etc. Why do they say so? It's a knowledge. So an investment that you make in yourself, cherish it. Cherish that investment. I keep buying clothes and I give them out. I keep buying, I give out. Knowledge, I only impact, but I don't give it out. I impact. It is always in me. And I can't even give the whole of it. I mean, even if I was to give, I'll still retain most, because I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm in the research innovation. I am in education leadership. You can imagine how many things I have in terms of knowledge. So you've spent a lot of money paying for yourself. You've been in class every single evening. Stop relaxing and work. Finish your documents and relax. After this, you can now breathe and say, now I can begin my PhD program. For my students, some of them have delayed with their documents. And of course, because one, some of them are in very bad shape. So meaning that I have to try to it to make it look good and try to help the students write what they're supposed to write, so that when we submit them, at least we're submitting. Submit, don't worry about not submitting, because by 19th, as I said, I want all of us load our work on TMS so that we go home relaxed. We cannot come in January, write proposals. No, January is defenses for those who are defending. We have to do our defenses. So I want to stop here, so that if you have any question, you ask. And if you have any experiencing any challenge, you're done. But for my own supervisees, I want to release your documents probably by Friday, all of you. But I've released some example, like Felix is already almost done to Felix. I think two or three of you are already now almost uploading their work. So is there any question? Is there any concern? Is there any reason why you're not writing? Thank you.
Doctor, thank you so much. I'm sorry to just jump in without raising my hand. This is Desiree. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Thank you for your motivation. And I feel like everyone else in this Zoom is feeling what you're saying. And on behalf of myself and everyone else, I think we will push, and we will spend 2 or 3 nights pushing ourselves to get this done, because this is what we've invested in. So my question is I think not directly about the thesis, maybe. I've submitted chapter 1 and I'm busy with chapter 2 with Dr. Kaino. So my question is actually about the X's. So when I was on holiday, I had some family commitments, and then I couldn't finish an exam because of internet, and then I got 2 X's. So I just want to know, people with X's, will they be able to continue with cohort 2?
Yeah, if you have an X, it doesn't mean that. An X just means you've not completed one, you've not finished an assessment, certain assessment. That is, which is a better option. It is more of talking to the very lecturer. If it is Dr. Kigode, for those in the Dr. Kigode, tell them I have X in your whatever. I'll request that if I could be given an assessment. Dr. Yu asked me to reach out to you. If you could give an assessment to be able to complete this particular area, because I'm not even sure why I got an X, or alternatively, I'm not so sure which assessment I did not do very well. So I'm requesting if I can be given extra. And you can quote Dr. Yu has requested me to request you, especially the ones who are dealing with Professor Washira. I know Professor Washira is very strict, and I'm sure he must have very good reason why he gave you if you have an F. But if you have X, there's nothing wrong. An X just means we give you some assessment to complete your work. But that does not deter you from finishing your proposal. You can continue as we move towards resolving that matter. There are not many of you. I think there are just about 6 who have either excess in 1 or 2, I think, environmental sustainability. And then there's one with statistics. There's one with environment, Professor Martha Kiaria. There are 2 or 3 with Dr. Kegode. And then I think there are also 2 with Professor Washira. So we are not very many. It's just, and some of them are repeating. So it could be 3 courses with one of those lecturers. So they are very minimal, but that does not make you not write your proposal.
Oh, okay, I understand. Thank you.
Any other question? Um, uh, yeah, just go ahead and open your mic.
So, Doc, thank you, first of all, thank you so much for the candid talk. Yeah, we need to wake up. Some of us had gone into slumber. So I wanted to ask, are you going to share a new timeline? The way you have explained that we need to, whatever, by this date, by this date, by this date. Will you share with us a new
Yes, I will write
timeline?
an email. I'll write tonight an email and copy your supervisors following our discussion today.
Thank you.
All right. If Joseph, I had seen earlier, I don't know if you talked. Peter?
Thank you, Dr. Yuya. Actually, whatever I wanted to ask is quite similar to Sylvia's request. And probably just to add that it would also be best if in subsequent sessions, we also have our second supervisors. Probably they would have insights that they would want us to follow through at plenary.
Yeah,
So
actually, most of second supervisors, Peter, are meeting their students. And some of them even have had online meetings. Some of them have had their WhatsApp meeting. Each of you is on a WhatsApp where you belong. And there's nothing wrong asking the supervisor there, even if you're 2 or 3, you'd like a meeting with him. People like Professor Kabaji and others, Dr. Wandera and others, have actually met their students. So there's nothing wrong. And sometimes they just send some notes on the WhatsApp. Sometimes they send a WhatsApp on the communication, sometimes voice messages. But it's okay to meet your supervisor. And I know the challenge we had was just one lecturer, I think, who had a challenge with the arrangement. It's thought conceptual framework and theoretical. Some of you, now that's another area I noted. Even when you tell you go to conceptual framework, you start writing, the diagram is supposed to be in the chapter 2, the conceptual framework. The conceptual framework and the theoretical framework we're asking you in chapter 1 is just introduce a little bit on your variables. What is your theory that you're going to use, or the theories you're going to use? And then what variables are you going to measure? Then now chapter 3 is when you can have the diagrams and the details of that information. And some of people writing that are my own supervisees, whom I even have given a template of a student who has actually already done. So I would like us to really try to, get and work better and follow the template as it is. And our template differs a little with the handbook, because the handbook does not ask you to do the conceptual and the theoretical framework in chapter 1, but our template does ask you. Go ahead, just open your mic.
Dr. Ayuya, and this is Achola Evans. Now, what happens in a case whereby you've got a topic and your supervisor is not happy with your topic, yet it is you who will be writing? Yes, I find it a bit of a challenge.
Well, of course, these topics have already been done. What we had already approved them. So just let them know that the first cohort supervisor approved the topic. And that requested that you maintain writing around the topic.
It's a bit challenging because that one that the first supervisor approved is not coming out nicely to him. The first cohort supervisor cannot give you a topic. It is me and you. So it has been back and forth until you lose esteem of writing this. The journey is becoming tough.
Well, we always say, if you are not comfortable with the supervisor, so I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying if really it has become for two of you to work together, there is nothing difficult asking us and requesting us to reassign you, but it will be late. It will, you keep wasting time. You have to be very sure what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other? Any, open your mic if you just want to speak. Peter, I think you had spoken or... All right, so if you have no question, I hope I'll hear now more positive feedback. President yuko kweli? Yes, President Walter.
Dr. Carol, as we wait for our president, he is in. He had talked to us a bit. Maybe clarify for us on how often do we expect responses from our cohort supervisor? Is it after we are done with the 3 chapters and we have submitted through?
Remember, first of all, most of you might know that the cohort supervisor already went through your concepts. That one you have to remember. The one you're writing your topic, your background, your objectives, and your research questions, blah, blah, blah. What you need to do is that I need to get all of you your copy. Because usually the cohort supervisor, we use Magda and myself to be able to submit the documents. So we need a copy. I've already done some of the documents already so that he can be able to know that you're now done, so that he can go through, and if there are any comments, some of you already he has given feedback, he also gives you feedback. Any other question? Waiting. So on Friday, we would like to take you through the TMS process so that you understand. I'm sure some of us have forgotten. So I'll ask Moses, whom I've added on the WhatsApp group, because he'll be very key for us. After this, Moses becomes so important to us, Moses Wafula, so that he can help us take through the processes of the TMS, and also he's the one who usually uploads, but I'm the one who clears your documents as a program coordinator. So we'll take you through the process. But I know some people like Joseph have already. Is it uploaded, Joseph, yours?
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet, but I saw a notification on my side indicating that there's already a document submitted.
Probably from Dr. Susan's side. She
Wasn't uploaded on the thesis. Did you send Moses your document?
No.
No, Joseph Apiri. So
Okay.
just appear. He's not on the call. Yeah. I think he had already submitted. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Open up, open and talk if you have. How many people, by show of hands, have finished up to chapter 3 on this call? 2, 3. Well done. I'm so happy. Well done. Well done. Very, very well done. Well done. And others, well done. Well done. Helen, Peter, Hillary, Derek, well done. Chege, well done. I need to read your document. You are the director graduate. Dennis, Catherine, well done. Well done. Yeah, Catherine, in fact, is actually applauding. Well done. Well done. How many? Well done. So finish up so that I can have, because you see, because you are not registered in the university portal, you're going to have a challenge uploading. So that's why I need to get your document so that Moses can help us. So I need to get your document, have your supervisor clean it, but I send you the TMS form, all of us, so that now, and the template for your proposal defenses, so that now you rather, what you need to do, what I would advise is everybody put money in your pocket and in wallet. You ensure that when we come to January, registration process doesn't give you stressful process, because we will now register. But uploading, we shall upload, because I need to give those documents to examiners. How many are up to chapter 2? Lift up your hands. Up to chapter 2 now, by now. Well, good job. Good job. The fee is the same. It's 66 to 40 for both the theses. This was the last few years. Well done. 4. Those ones were 11. Now this was 4. 5. All right. Those are very few. How many have just done chapter 1 alone? Corrections from Dr. Yeah, also Dr. Wainaina is new. I hope you have very good experience with her. Dr. Wainaina, Dr. Soita, Dr. Mwendwa. Those are new. The others are perennial. They know. They've gone through this process. Yes. All right, 6. So who have not done anything? Who have not written or submitted anything? Anyone who has not submitted? 1. Sophie, what would be the challenge? Alwyn, what would be the challenge? And Rita? Sophie, Alwyn, and do you have supervisors?
Yes, Alvin Makuba.
Allen, who's your supervisor?
Yourself.
You've not Allen, you've not submitted. You're right. What is it?
No, I have. One is that I'm still slowly developing it. Then two, I'm also in between marking exams and writing reports at work. So we have some kind of pressure at the moment.
You don't
But of
mark at
course,
night. Your night is not your
Pardon?
employer's. Night is not your employer's time. It is your time. Alvin, I don't know if you're married or you have a girlfriend. You can suspend things that are not ending in life, and then you try because education has time. Like so, suspend some of those night shifts, whatever you're doing, so that you can be able uh, to 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 finish up that work. Use just 2 hours at night. For the next 3-4 days, you'll be done.
Okay, that's
Peter is asking, Peter, we were supposed to pay in August 6 to 40 for thesis. You've not paid. If you've already paid, there's no problem. By the way, as I said, I don't know who has paid or not paid. If you've already paid for the thesis, we had 4 semesters. So you've already done the 3 semesters. You have 1 more for this thesis. So if you have paid, well and good. Yes, there was Anrita. You had lifted your hand. Letter. Was it Anne or Sophie? Yes, Sophie. Why have you not completed?
I did chapter 1. This is Sophie speaking. I did chapter 1 and I sent it to my supervisor. It is in the process of correction.
Okay, so you are doing. So you've already begun your chapter 1.
Yes.
Yes, as I said, we are not going to close university. University closes 19th. You must have submitted your proposal and uploaded.
19th this month. This month.
Yeah. Why I've said you want a proposal to write for you. To be honest, you can write, especially the ones who are writing chapter 2. For me, once you've written chapter 1, I correct, then I ask you to submit with chapter 2 and 3, which should not take you more than 4 days to submit. I correct, then I take it back. So we have to submit this December, ensure that we have loaded our work, because I need to give it to supervisors, examiners, to start now examining. You remember you're so many, but we have no choice. For us, we cannot pay another fees for another semester. So we must defend the first, why I'm saying, so the first and the second week and up to the 3rd week of January, we are still in the registration process. So nobody can ask us to pay an extra fee or anything else. No, it will just be, remember, we are only paying for the 4th semester. So if you've already paid, it's already in your wallet, it's already in your account, that shouldn't be a problem. But those who've not, I would encourage you that during this season, as you load your work, because loading shall help you to load, but as you load your work, ensure that every week you're looking for 10,000, put in your wallet, so that when you register, you have your full fee, you don't have to struggle. When we were the cohort 1, we had one student who almost missed out graduation because of fees. Cohort 1 was just gracious to see how they came in for her handy, and Sylvia Mochuli's a friend whom she knows, I'm not mentioning her name, literally supported so much to help the students clear and graduate, because they couldn't allow none of them to remain. So when they realized one of their own was remaining, she led the whole group to ensure that student graduates. So instead of 41, they were 42. They were supposed to be 41 by the 3 days to graduation. Anybody else who has any challenge? Or any question? So if no other question, allow us, all of us, to go have a rest this evening, even me. It has been a crazy day. I think between 4 and 5:33 meetings have happened. And now this is the 4th meeting. So I want to wish you well. I want to hope that all is well with you, and that you will write. Be encouraged. The threats I send are the same threats I used to send with everybody else, and that's how they ended up graduating. Because I couldn't believe, Carol, how can you be, yes, I'm in my office. You can see, this is my office, Vichivia, as usual. That's why I have a book here, or many books here for thesis. These are black books that have already been submitted. So I never used to sleep so that I can have cohort 1. And VC wants all of you to graduate, not even a single person to remain. Not even a single person. By the way, the reason why I push that we must graduate, Daystar has a possibility of June graduation, depending on numbers. So that's why I really expect all of us, by June, we are doing our final defenses so that, who knows, we can be gracious enough to be given a June graduation. All right, is Walter here? His Excellency Walter Mongare. Or he's just, Mongare, you put on your camera and whatever, or he just left? Are you sure he's here? No. How can he not be here? And he's the president. All right. Yes, Felix, you're doing very well. I know you're almost there. Yeah, Felix is, yeah. All right. If no question, I would like to pray for you, and then we can close, and then we meet. Friday, I want us to have a meeting on TMS. It will just take like 1 hour so that they can take you through the process of TMS so that you can understand what you're required to do so that you don't get yourself in trouble. And if he can take 30 minutes and the library tells you the Turnitin processes for 30 minutes, it will be nice so that we move on. So let's pray. Father, I want to thank you. Yes.
What
Go
time,
ahead.
Carol? On
I think
Friday, what time?
evening is always the best for you people because I hear some of your teachers are marking. They can't leave marking rooms until 5, so 5:30. Yeah. So shall we pray? Father, we thank you so much for cohort 2, and I thank you for myself and the students. Father, as we have spoken and said so many things, I pray that, Lord, the students will have the zeal, the passion, and the motivation, the drive, the grit to be able to complete their thesis. We give you glory for cohort 1. They graduated, all of them, the 42 students. And we pray that these 90 plus students will all graduate. We have so much confidence in you. I pray that this is going to be a drive for them. From now to Sunday, all of them will have submitted their work to the lecturers. Nobody will sleep because we know that we can sleep longer. But this moment, just give them a peace of mind and calmness and security, intelligence and wit to work on their documents. Secure them and keep them well. We want to see all the 90 students graduate, and we glorify your name and we celebrate just as we did with cohort 1. So God, your name be glorified for providing for them through the learning sessions, the semesters, and this moment. For those who have excess in their documents, they'll find again a new favor from their lecturers to be able to give them new assessments areas so that they can be able to clear and be cleared of those excess. And therefore, Lord, I'm praying for all of us. I pray for the VC. May you give him peace. May you give him joy and grace in everything he does. And bless him, Lord. Grant him your favor and your mercy. So we love you and exalt and honor you. In Jesus' name we do believe and pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you very much, Dr. Carol.
We see you. Have a lovely time wherever.